Yo, Bailey, I see you. What's going on? Cameras on. Let's work, y'all.
If I was you and you were me, you wanna keep winning. If you want something better, you gotta wanna keep your all. Cause I believe so much in we, and no, we're not kidding. If you feel the same as me, you gotta wanna take the ball. Now find out that nothing is given. Don't know where the cards may fall. All I know is that we've got.
All right, I want to know we checking in from. Let's start getting active in the chat. I want to see a city, a state, a country where we checking in from. Throw it in the chat. Jersey in the building. What up, Jersey? Brooklyn is here.
Now can't you see that all we need to be a go-getter? Gotta make your own decision. You gotta go for what you know. It comes to time.
Bay Area in the building. West Coast family. Augusta, I see you. Columbus, what's up?
Keep on pushing. You gotta learn to take control, yeah. Now I found out that nothing's given. Don't know where the cards may fall. All I know is that
Michigan in the building. Illinois is in the house. What's up, y'all?
I guess we're gonna have to take control.
Dallas on the check-in. What's up, Dallas?
To us, we've got to take it home. Gotta take it home. Gotta take it home.
We rocking and rolling in 10 minutes. We're going to get started. This is that Capital and Cashflow Summit. Yesterday was that kickoff call. If you was on the kickoff call, put me in the chat. Who was on the kickoff call yesterday?
Too hot to handle. They call the Ghostbusters in the end.
Winchester, New York. What's up? What's up?
Well, all the while, the sign was under the building.
Okay, we got some VIP members that was a part of that VIP call last night.
Run out of Bob Vigo, the master of evil. Try to battle my boys? That's not legal. They're in control. You know it. I said they're in control. You know it. You know it.
Girl, words can't express the way I
Cameras on, cameras on. Happy Monday once again.
feel, the way you hold me,
We getting ready to learn and earn. This is that Capital and Cashflow Summit. My good brother,
the thing you do to me.
Ramel the Mogul is in the building. We getting ready to rock today, y'all. And we vibe before we get started. Let's go. Sing it for me. Sing it for me.
Are now reality. Each and every time you are here with me, the touch you give me with your hands. When you caress my skin, I'm under your command. Girl, you hypnotize me with your.
If you're going to be locked in all week, drop the words locked in. Drop the words locked in the chat. If you're going to be locked in all week during the duration of the Capital and Cashflow Summit, put locked in the chat for me. Let's go, y'all.
The things you do to me,
What you like?
it brings out ecstasy. It really turns me on. Feelings getting stronger. Girl, you are my lover. When I'm with you,
That's right.
there is no other. A spell you got me under. Please don't you leave. I'm on my hands and knees. Oh, really like the way you groove it. Hey, really like the way you groove it.
Where my action takers at? If you're taking action this week, drop the word action in the chat for me. Drop the word action in the chat if you're taking action this week. Capital and Cashflow. Action in the chat.
Tonight, baby, please. When I get you home tonight, baby, it's gonna be.
I just want to catch a vibe before we get started. We get started in 7 minutes, y'all.
Hey, let's recognize.
Yes.
True. Hey, girl, are you in a romantic mood? Singing, ooh, won't you groove me?
Sing.
Groove me tonight. Sing along with me. Groove me, baby. Hey.
Y'all know these records. I want you to help me sing it, all right?
Do you remember how it all began? It just seemed like heaven, so I did it. Do you remember back and forth? Remember again? You're all day long. Do you remember? Let's hold hands.
That's right. 5 minutes till we get started. Capital Cashflow Summit Day 1. I seen we had the tri-state area in the building. Tri-state area one time. What's up? Y'all remember this one?
How we used to talk. No, we stayed on the phone and not too long. Do you remember all the things we said? God,
Tri-state area members, you remember this song? I just want you to vibe with me one time like this. Somebody remember records like this, all right? Tri-state area, rock with me like this.
We were so happy together when we first met. We started acting crazy.
Rashid know what time it is. Let's vibe. Here we go.
All my love is what I'm giving. You want games, well I'm not playing. Let me know if you want to leave, but baby please don't.
Day 1, Capital Cashflow. Let's work.
I don't wanna hear it, baby. No, no. But it seems I'm sorry that you're feeling this way. You know I'm not the blame. No, 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 no. But that you keeps on running and playing those simple games. Oh, leaving me, you know I can't let go.
We locked in, y'all. We ready to rock and roll.
No,
4 minutes, y'all.
let me know.
Everybody start getting excited. Capital and Cashflow Summit. From Mel to Mogul, let's go. Let's have some fun for the next 3 minutes. Here we go. Start getting excited, y'all. Start getting excited, y'all. We getting started in 3 minutes. We getting the man of the hour to the stage. Ramel the Mogul coming, Big Mogul coming to the stage. In 2 minutes, y'all. Encourage you to get your cameras on. That is your ticket for tonight. Your face card is your ticket for tonight. Shout out to all my CEOs in the building. I see the name changing up. I see the CEOs in the building. CEO Dr. Claire, what's going on? CEO Johnson, what's up? CEO Gwen, I see you. Christina, what's up? Vaughn, what's up? CEO Bailey, let's go. Gotta get active in this chat before we get started. I want you to put a fire emoji in the chat if you're fired up about the Capital and Cashflow Summit. Put a fire emoji in the chat. I'm looking at these cameras. If you don't know what an emoji is, it's okay. Cameras. If you don't know what an emoji is, it's okay. Type the word fire for me. We're not age shaming tonight. Type the word fire. Don't stress yourself out.
And every time that I'm with you,
type the word fire. I want to see some fire emojis. Day one is here, y'all. Let's go. Keep lighting that chat up. We getting the brother to the stage. Big Mogul coming to the stage. Fire it up. Ready to unmute the chat. I want some energy before we get my brother to the stage. We're getting ready to unmute the chat. I want everybody to say let's go. If you're fired up about this week, we're going to say let's go. We're going to unmute the chat. We're going to say let's go. Unmute the chat before we get my brother to the stage. Come on. Not yet, y'all. It's unmuted. Everybody say, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Oh, you do better than that. Let's go, let's go. Fire in the chat. Let's go.
Let's go.
With no further ado, Big Mogul coming to the stage for day one Capital Cashflow Summit. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Shout out to my brother DJ Duval, who always set the stage, set the vibe, always making sure we are ready. Appreciate you, bro, 1000%. Look, if you are ready, I need you to drop the fire emoji in the chat if you are ready for day one. If you are ready for day one, because we're about to get this thing started. We're about to set it off, and I promise I'm about to mess y'all up. I'm about to mess y'all up. So are y'all ready for what's about to happen? All right? Let's get it. Let's get it. All my CEOs in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Fawn, how you doing? Dr. Gwen, how you doing? Okay, let's get it. Marnice, CEO, Marnice, CEO, Marnice, what's up? CEO Mark, CEO Marcy, y'all are in the building. So look, in the interest of time, I want to get straight into it. So what I want to do is do some giveaways. All right. So the somebody's gonna get this iPad, right? Not right now. Not right now. Somebody's gonna get this iPad, but what I want to do right now, I want to do a giveaway to our diamond ticket holders. So we're gonna do a spin right now. So team, can y'all pull up the wheel and let's spin real quick and let's do a giveaway for our diamond ticket holders before we get into the information real quick. So whatever y'all need to do to take over the screen and let's get something going. Who we got on here? All right, let's go. So what we gonna do is this. Before we click the spin, right? Whoever it lands on, and you gotta be in the room right now. If you're not in the room right now, you're not gonna be able to win. But somebody's gonna get you're gonna get to choose either a $200 gift card or you're gonna get a $200 gas card, no, $200 cash or a $200 gas card, or you will get a spa package wherever you are, wherever you located. We will give you a spa day on us. You get to choose whatever one is best for you for the winner. All right? Oh yeah. So y'all with me? Are y'all with me? If y'all ready, just put ready in the chat. If y'all ready, put ready in the chat. All right? Before we spin this wheel. Are they ready? So team, let's spin the wheel. Let's see who's gonna be the winner. Let's get it. Who's gonna be the winner? Spin the wheel, team. What's happening? Who is it? Who is it? Katrina. All right, where is Katrina at on this call? If you're not on the call right now, you about to miss out. We're gonna keep you got to be live in effect. So where are you? Where are you? I don't see the name on the call, team. So search real quick. We're gonna give it about 60 seconds. If we don't see that person on the call right now, we're gonna keep this thing going. And that's why I said have your real name on here so we can make sure we track this stuff. If you have iPhone, if you have, Samsung, I'm sorry. I told you to have your name, or it should be CEO in your name. All right. So give it about 30 more seconds. And if this person does not come to the stage, then we are going to shift this thing again. We're going to spin the wheel again. All right, we don't see her. We don't see her. All right, so team, let's spin it one more time. Let's spin it one more time. Let's see who's in the building. Sorry, Katrina. I'm sorry. You're supposed to be here early. You're supposed to be here. Who is up? Jessica Brown. Jessica Brown. Where is Jessica Brown? Is she on here? I don't see a Jessica Brown on here either. I don't know. Something's happening. What's going on? Team, look real quick. Let me know if you can see, if you find a Jessica Brown. Man, they sleeping, y'all. I think we might have to come back to this later. We might have to come back to this later. All right. All right. So let's spin it one more time. One more time. It was almost on you, Rosalind. It was almost. It was close. No, they said that's my cousin. Yeah, I know we family, but listen, not today. Leah, I think that, let me see. Man, something's going on. Is it, oh man, this is bad. This is what I'm saying. If we invest and they ain't showing up, from catch the recordings, what's happening? Spin it one more time. And if we don't get it right on this time, I'm moving into the class. I ain't gonna be playing with y'all. Let's spin it one more time, y'all. Let's spin it one more time. Who we got? Hold on. Dolly said she was here. Is that? Team. You gotta have your name. You gotta have your name. You gotta have your name. I don't know. I don't know. Team, what y'all think? Yeah, because the name is not spelled correctly. This should be like it say Dolly on here, DAH, but on your name on Zoom it says DALI. So, team, let me know what we should do. Let me know what we should do. I don't know. What y'all think? Okay, so look, this is what we need to do. They saying the last name is Smith, but we don't know. Name from we don't know. We don't know. Nah, we listen. I don't know. All right, so look, this is what we're gonna do. Send an email to support. Send an email to support and let us verify, and then we got you. But we got to make sure we verify. All right. We got to make sure we verify. We ain't doing no nicknames. The name we need to be spelled correctly. It needs to be spelled correctly. So if there's truly you, we're gonna make sure we take care of you. But send us an email. Right here, the team is gonna message you. The team is gonna message you, and we're gonna get you the right name. All right, or we will make sure you got the right name, and we'll get you your giveaway. All right, thank you, team. Thank you, team. I appreciate that. You could take that off the screen. Take that off the screen, team. All right. It's going to be more of this, y'all. It's going to be more of this. So as you can see, you get to pick one of the three. It will either be a $200 gift card, cash, or it will be a gas card or a spa package. You can pick one of the three, and we're going to keep going. We're going to have more giveaways, more prizes as we go for diamond ticket holders. So if you are on general admission right now and you are on YouTube, you want to click the link inside the comments. It's pinned to the top. Upgrade to Diamond right now so you can be live with us on the Zoom. All right, y'all ready to get to the money? Y'all ready to get to the money? I hope y'all got y'all pens and y'all pads. No, I hope y'all got y'all calculators. And if you got an AI built calculator, then bring the AI calculator too, all right? Because we're going to need to calculate really, really fast and get this thing going. I'm about to give y'all some valuable information on how we are going to get to the money, all right? So let's jump right into it. Let's not waste no time at all, all right? So let me share my screen. Yeah. See. All right. Can y'all see that slide? Let me know. Put a one in the chat if you can see that slide. Put a one in the chat if you can see that slide. All right. All right, perfect. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but I'm gonna lay out the foundation, all right? This is what makes up your credit profile. There are 5 factors that make up the credit profile, and most of us don't know how to get to an 800 credit score because we don't know all the different factors. So there's 5 main factors. 35% of your credit profile is going to be your payment history. This is your ability to make payments on time, overtime. I need you to type overtime in the chat. It's not just, 1 month I make my payment and that's it. No, you need to do it consistently. Somebody that can have a 700 credit score and they have 2 years of history versus somebody with a 680 credit score that got 7 years of history, that person will get approved quicker because they have more of history in a seasoned profile. So it's very important to make your payments on time, over time. I tell everybody, when you got credit cards, put them on auto pay. That's a hack. Just put them on auto pay for the very minimum. So if you forget at the very minimum, it's gonna go pull out that $30, that $50, that $20. Get the minimum payment done at all times, and then you add on as you can. The next part is gonna be your debt usage. That's 30% of your score. That's how much of the debt that you're utilizing. So if you have a $1,000 credit card, we use what is called the divide by 3 rule. So if you have a $1,000 credit card, that's like $333 if you divide it by 3. We only want to spend 30% of our credit limit. If you go and max out your credit cards, then you look like a financial risk, a financial hazard. The banks are going to say, what is this person going through to where they're maxing out all their cards? And especially if you're not paying it all off within the 30-day cycle. So we like to divide by 3. If we got $1,000 credit card, we're only going to spend $333 of it, and then we're going to pay that off over a 3-month period. So give you an example. If I have $1,000 credit card, I spend $333 and I pay $100 this month, I pay $130 next month, and I pay the other $100 the next month, pay it off and recycle. That is how you're gonna use the algorithm to help boost your credit. And if you focus on these 2 alone, debt usage and payment history alone, that's 65% of your profile. If you focus on those 2 alone, you will be in the 700 credit club. Everything else is going to be the cherry on top. You have the length of credit history. That's how long you've had credit. Never close accounts. If you close an account, it decreases your average age of credit. And every time you apply for a new account, it decreases your average age of credit. So the strategy is to keep accounts open. And then when you go and get new accounts, you want to make sure that you do it a way where you don't apply for it. We're going to show you different ways to add trade lines without having to essentially apply and getting a new hard pull. And then you have the mix of credit, which means you need to diversify your profile. So you're going to have open-ended accounts. You're going to have revolving accounts, which is a credit card, like a revolving door. You spend the money, you pay it off, you spend the money. And then you have what is called installment accounts. So that's one fixed amount that you owe and you pay every single month. Installment accounts can be your mortgage, it can be an auto loan, it can be a school loan. These accounts actually help build out your profile so you can have a seasoned profile. And then 10% is the new credit you apply for. So anytime you get a hard inquiry, you want to remove it immediately. Everybody that's in here, you should already have access to our school where we show you how to remove inquiries in 24 to 72 hours. For those of you that's been inside the school, or if you alumni and you ever ran this strategy and removed inquiries in 24 to 72 hours, just type me in the chat. Type me in the chat, because sometimes we think this is not possible, but we do this all day long. We want to keep our inquiries low. So when we apply, I'm going to show you how it go. We keep it clean. If we understand these factors, that is how we get to the 800 credit club, right? Moving along, because I'm just getting started. We just warming up. So this is what your credit report should look like. This is the goal. I want everybody to take a screenshot of this. This is the goal. You want to have 100% payment history. If you don't, we need to start cleaning it up, sending out some disputes, and we're going to work through that process. You need to have under 10% utilization. And I'm going to show you, if we have enough time, how to pay credit cards with credit cards. We're going to get into some cool strategies. No late payments, no derogatories, no collections. The average age must be 3 years or above. You want to have at least 10 open accounts, trade lines, and no more than 2 inquiries per credit bureau. Now, if your credit does not look like this, it doesn't mean you can't get funded, because I'm going to show you other ways to do it. But this should be your goal. And then some people are like, yo, Mogul, my credit don't look like this. It's going to take me 6 months. It's going to take me 8 months. Well, God damn it. Who cares? You've been at your job for how long and they ain't giving you a raise? Your credit should be your priority. Somebody type priority in the chat. Your credit should be your priority, because if you put the energy into your credit and get it to where it needs to be, even if it takes a year, even if it takes 2 years, that is unlimited money. You put yourself in position to go and unlock the bank vault and get 100,000, get 200,000, get $1 million. Ask me how you know, Mogul. Mogul, how you know this? Because I literally have banks that fight and compete to get my business. I was just at the Red Sox game in Boston with Bank of America. Like, when I travel around, my bankers are setting me up saying, hey, look, whenever you're in town, let's get together, let's build, because they know the value that we provide. See, we don't need them, they need us. And I'm going to teach y'all this psychology. Y'all with me? So let's move it along, all right? So we know what the profile consists of. We know what our goals are, but now we need to start applying. So there's some nuances that we must understand when we are applying for credit. So on the applications, they are going to ask you, what is your household income? You can put household income. So Dr. Gwen, you and your husband, if you together make 200,000, you can put 200,000. And if they ask you, you can actually verify. It's very slim that they do, but you can put that. If you have multiple adults in the house, you can put the household income. On the application, they want to see consistency. So they're going to look at your current address and they want to see that you've been there for at least 2 years or more. If you have not been there, they're going to keep asking you for more addresses because somebody that moves around every address every 6 months, every year shows inconsistency, lack of stability. So we want to make sure that we have an address on file for a minimum of 2 years and make sure the address that we put on the application is the address that's on our credit profile. I want you, like, this may sound like very, very tedious, but it's so important. How many times I've seen people go apply and they put, I live at 123 Main Street, but when the credit bureaus when the banks pull a credit report, it showed that they live at 456 Joe Street. There's a discrepancy. So you want to go on there and clean up your old addresses at all times. Clean up your old names. They may misspell your name. You may have gotten divorced and now you still got a last name attached to that. Or you may have gotten married, now you got a new last name. Make sure everything is accurate, clean, and up to date. That alone is going to help out your score. 2 years of employment history. Now, all of us are CEOs for a reason. All of us are CEOs. But this is what happens when we go to the bank and we put that we are CEO on the application. They will look for a way to deny. You know why? The truth is, CEOs get paid last. The bosses get paid last. So what I like to do when I'm going and I'm looking to apply, I'm going to put that I am in sales. I am in marketing, sales manager, marketing manager, right? Things like that, because it's a part of the business that is very important, but you get paid because you have a role in that company. So even if you have your own business, you still put, like, for example, I have Mogul Services LLC, and I am the sales manager for Mogul Services LLC. Don't put that I'm self-employed. You put that you are the employee in this business. Does that make sense? And then the last piece is they're going to ask you, what is your rent? What is your mortgage? If you have multiple people in your household, you can split the cost of the rent or mortgage. So the name of the game is this when you're applying: high income, low expenses, a lot of cash in between, and consistent information. If you can be consistent with your addresses, your name, you make sure that you have good income, your expenses is low, and you got decent credit, this is how we get high limits. All right? So I'm walking you through a process, so stick with me, right? Just to recap this, I showed you what the credit profile was made of, right? We talked about what our credit score should look like. Now we know how to apply. It's time to go get the money. Somebody type "go get the money" in the chat. Somebody type "go get the money" in the chat. Somebody type "go get the money." So what we want to do is master what is called banking relationships, all right? So you have big banks, regional banks, local banks, credit unions. The big banks are the Wells Fargos, the Bank of Americas, the Chase. Those are your big banks. And then you have your regional banks. My bad. You got your regional banks, which is the key banks, the PNCs, the M&T banks. You have your local banks, which will be your First National Community Bank, right? You got different banks that's only in that area, that zip code. And then you have credit unions. So what we like to do is start with, let me know in the chat, what set of banks do you think we should start with when we're going to apply? Which set of banks should we start with when we're going to apply? What y'all think? Let me know in the chat. There we go. There we go. The credit unions. Yes. the credit unions, because they are more customer centric. They are more customer friendly. They're in the business of gaining your business. Chase and Bank of America, they don't give a damn about you. You're just a number. They bottom line, they financials is good. So you can go to a credit union. And a lot of times these credit unions, they will approve you to join with just simply donating to a charity of their choice. All right. And if these credit unions are not in your state, you can file for a foreign entity, which I'm going to get into that later. But right now, I just want to go through personal. So let's get our numbers up. All right. So when we go for our funding sequences, what I want to walk you through right now is called credit card stacking. Credit card stacking. This is the entry level way to go and get access to funding if you don't have bank statements and you don't have W-2s and all these different things to show. Credit card stacking is going to be the most entry level way. So we like to start with credit unions. And we want to apply for the credit unions that pull the specific credit reporting agency. So we know that Experian is pulled by First Tech Federal Credit Union, PSECU, Andrew, Statement, Affinity Federal Credit Union. And this is just 5. It's thousands of credit unions. You can go online on usacreditunions.com and you can find all the credit unions in your area. But if you go to these 5 credit unions and you build out your application and your profile the way I'm sharing with you, you can easily go get access to $10,000 each. That's on the low end. You really get 25,000, but I want to make it very, very simple and doable for us, right? Let's say you go to each of these credit unions and you apply all within the same day. Like you set up your laptop, you have your information set up right next to you, and you open up each of these tabs and start filling them out. And then you go and apply, boom, 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 with each of these credit cards, right? If they each approve you for 10,000, how much is that? Let's get our calculators going, y'all. Let's add it up. How much is that? If they each approve you for $10,000 on the low end. This is low, being conservative. Thank you. That's $50,000. All my CEOs, cool. So I got $50,000 just by hitting these 5 credit unions. Well, now I'm going to go hit the banks that pull TransUnion. Now, these are the credit unions that pull TransUnion: Navy Federal Credit Union, Alliance, Lake Michigan, Apple Federal Credit Union, Tower Federal Credit Union. If I go and apply for all of these credit unions that pull TransUnion all at the same time, and they each give me $10,000 on the low end, how much is that? Let's add it up. How much is that? Another 50. Thank you, CEO TaylorMade Monique. So now we got 100,000 now. We up 100,000. And this is in a matter of a day or two. That's cool. Let's keep it going because we got more banks. We want to pull the credit unions that pull from Equifax. These are some credit unions that pull Equifax. You got Digital Credit Union, Dover, NIH Federal Credit Union, PenFed, Justice Federal Credit Union, right? If each of these credit unions give you 10,000 each on the low end, how much is that? Let's add it up. Let's get rolling. That's another 50. So we up how much? How much are we up? Oh, man. We up 150,000. This is all credit unions. We didn't go to no big banks yet. We didn't go to no regional banks. We didn't go to no local banks yet. We start with credit unions. Cool. Let's keep this thing rolling. See, we also need to understand the multiple lending product process as well. So in some of these credit unions, they'll give you multiple products with one pull. I know for a fact, Navy Federal Credit Union will give you multiple products, one pull. I know for a fact that Digital Credit Union will also give you multiple products, one pull. I know for a fact that PenFed will give you multiple products, one pull. So you really could go get another 10, 20, 30, 40,000 just by getting multiple cards with these credit unions. But I just want to make this very, very simple, right? Let's say we get another 50,000 by stacking up multiple products at a few of these credit unions across this sequence that we're running. So let's add another 50,000 to that. Let me know where we at, y'all. Let me know where we at. Let me know where we at. 200,000, cool. We up 200,000. let's keep rolling. So this is what we want to do now, y'all. This is where it get cool. You're gonna be like, oh, Mogul, what we talking about here? All right, look. So now that we apply for the credit cards, that's credit cards, right? And we got to liquidate it and pull the money off, and that's an entire different strategy. But we also want to go get cold cash. This is all personal, y'all. I'm gonna get to business in a minute. So digital credit union, they'll give you a personal loan and a personal credit card. They'll give you up to 50,000, no docs, cash. You got Lending Tree, you got Figure Lending. These are all no doc cash loans. Now, let's say each of these, let's say they give you, let's say 15,000 each on the low end. 15,000 each, that's 45,000. So let's add that up, y'all. How much we got now? Where we at? By running this sequence? We at 245,000. But this is the layout. We have 45,000 cold cash in our account, and then we have 200,000 with credit cards. There's a reason why I'm telling you to do multiple of these, all right? Stick with me. Now, how many of us ever heard of manufactured spending? Put a 1 in the chat if you ever heard of that. Put a 2 in the chat if you have not. Whoo! Man, so this is what I'm about to tell y'all to do. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready for this, right? So this is what I would tell y'all to do. What we're going to do at this point, now that we went and got funding and got these loans, we're going to go and remove our inquiries. So the process is inside the school. You follow it step by step. It's a full script. You could do this. I'm not going to spend too much time on it now. We go and remove our inquiries, right? And can I get you at a real game? Like we got the real CEOs in here. So this is how we do it. When we go and apply, and when we get approved, when we get approved, and sometimes you may not get approved right out the gate, they may say it's pending for 5 days, 3 days. You want to call them up. If the card is a pending, and ask them, hey, I just want to speak to the credit lending department and find out the status on my approval. In some cases, they will just tell you, hey, it's approved for this amount, and the card will be in the mail whatever day. You say, hey, look, can I get the card expedited? So they're going to cancel the card that's coming in the mail from the automated application online, and then they're going to expedite a card to you. They're going to say, hey, it's going to charge you an overnight fee of like $12 or whatever, right? You pay the $12 to get you the card within 24, 48 hours. So now we shortcutting the process. The reason why I want to do that is because before the credit card actually shows up on my credit report, I'm going to call and get those inquiries removed before it even show up on my credit report. Y'all probably like, hold on here. What he doing here? So the strategy, because this is a risk that you run. If you wait too long and the account reports on your credit, when they go to remove the inquiries, it may be tougher because they see an open account attached to it. So it's like, dang, I'm gonna remove an inquiry for an account that's attached to it and it's open and I'm utilizing, but we want to do it within a specific time frame to when you go remove the inquiries, it's not there because it takes about 3-4 weeks before it to show up on your account, on your credit as an actual trade line. So all of this has to be timed out strategically. All right. So look, now that's all personal funding. We got 245,000, 45 on a personal cash, 200,000 on a credit card. So this is what we're going to do next now. So I'm going to give everybody access to this. I'm going to drop this in the chat. This is our business funding checklist, all right? Everybody's gonna get this, and this is gonna be part of, some things that you gotta do for homework to execute, all right? Now, with this business funding checklist, this is the step-by-step guide on what you need to build your business to be compliant, all right? Now, we want to apply. So some of these credit unions, and you can go and look it up on your own, but some of the credit unions and credit cards you apply for will give you what is called sign-on bonuses. So if you apply for example, you apply for American Express credit card, they will give you $200 sign-on bonus each card. You apply for a Chase card, they give you a $750 sign-on bonus if you spend, I think it's like 7,000 or something like that in the first 30 days. And literally, we show you how to spend the money and then pay it off right away. Just take the money off, put it right back, get the free money. And I'm gonna tell you how, like it's so much, right? But matter of fact, let me kind of give y'all a little more detail, all right? I'll give y'all a little more detail. So let's go online and let's look this up. Let's go online and let's look this up. Y'all good so far? Y'all rocking with me? Y'all rocking with me? All right. So let's see here. All right. There we go. All right. So check this out, right? And you could go look this up on your own. Each of these cards have different bonuses, but the Chase Freedom Flex card, they give you a $200 sign-on bonus just for getting the card, right? If I go to American Express and do the exact same thing, and you will see the cards that you apply for, they give you sign-on bonuses as soon as you get the card, right? So which card is it? It is, let's say you got the Blue Cash. They'll give you, look right here, $200 bonus after you spend $3,000. So we show you how to pull the $3,000 off, pay it right back, get the free $250. That simple. So now if we do that across all of the cards or all the cards that do qualify, like we easily, when we run our sequences, we easily go get $2,000, $2,500 in free money, in bonus money, just off of like the stacking sequence. So now we turn our credit into cash. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I hope y'all picking it up. I know I'm giving y'all a lot. All right. So let's keep rolling. This is what we're gonna do now. Where is this? Right here. So what we're gonna do now, if we go on this checklist, this is where you could go form your LLC. So there's a company called Busy. Put a 1 in the chat if you're familiar with Busy. Put a 2 in the chat if you never heard of Busy. And shout out to Dolly. The team just confirmed that you were telling the truth. You were telling the truth. So congratulations. We're going to get you taken care of, right? Perfect. And shout out to everybody that was like, give it to her. Like, this y'all good family. Y'all wasn't haters. We ain't had no haters in here. They said, yeah, give it to her. You know what I said? All right, cool. So what happens is we're going to go to Busy. And Busy, somebody dropped their state in the chat. Somebody dropped their state in the chat. I'm about to cook. Oh, man. So, all right, I'll do Maryland. All right? So let's do Maryland. And let's see. Maryland, if you go here for as little as $197, Busy will literally set up your LLC for you. All you got to do is pay the state filing fee. Or you may say, look, I want to get it done in 7 days and get this done quicker. You pay $496. But if you anything like me, I'm just gonna be like, okay, it's cool. Let me go get the LLC. I'll wait the 5 weeks, right? And I'm gonna pay $197. But this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do business stacking. So the same way we do credit card stacking, we're gonna do business stacking. What does that mean, Mogul? Well, instead of me just getting one LLC, I'm gonna go get 3 of them. So let's do $200. I'm rounding it up. Let's do 200 times 3. How much is that? 200 times 3. How much is that? That's $600. So let's just set a budget, right? Let's say we got 2,500 in free sign-on bonuses from the stacking sequence that we did. And if you just get 4 Amex cards, you could easily go get 1,600 from Amex alone. So that's very low. I just don't want to get into all of and waste the time because I got to give y'all so much. But let's do 2,500 and let's minus 600 from that. Let's do this, right? Let's do this. So we're gonna do. Where's my mark? We're gonna do. Let's say we got 2,500 in points, and we're gonna minus 600 for the LLCs. What's our? Where we at? All right, we at 1,900, right, y'all? So we got 1,900 left, and free money, and we utilize the free money to be able to go out there and get our LLCs formed, right? Let's keep rolling. So now we need to set up a bank account. You can go set up a bank account and put $50 in it, the very minimum. Let's just say you put $100 in it. So we're gonna go to Chase Bank, we're gonna go to Bank of America, we're gonna go to M&T Bank, and we're gonna open up bank accounts with each of those and put $100 in it. So that's $300 because we gotta put 100 in each bank. So let's minus 300 from the 1,900. What we got left over, y'all? What we got left over? Where my mathematicians at? 1,600. So we still up. Now we need to get an address, a phone number, and a fax number. These are the things we need to set up our business properly. So this is another site called Opus Virtual Offices. For $100 a month, they'll get you set up with an address, a phone number, and a fax number. They'll give you a receptionist that answer the phone for you as a true professional. So when the banks call to check and do an audit, they'll be able to have a live person that answer and they give you the address. So now let's take another 100 times about 3 because we need to do that for 3 businesses. We could do this for the first month. So let's minus 300. Let's minus 300 from the 1,600. Let me know where we at. How much we got left? How much we got left? 1,300. All right, cool. We not done. We still cooking. So we need an email and we need a website. So you can go to namecheap.com, you can go to Squarespace, and you could build your website for free, or you could go on Fiverr and pay somebody $150, $200 to build out a website. If you do that across 3 businesses, $200 times 3, that's another $600. So let's minus $600 from the 13. Let's see where we at, y'all. How much money we got left? How much money we got left? 700. OMG. So let's put this in perspective, right? How much money did we spend so far? How much money did we spend out of our own pockets to go and get access to $245,000 to set up 3 LLCs and have all of them LLCs completely compliant and fund each of those LLC bank accounts $100 each? Zero. You had no money invested out of your pocket, all because you have strategy. Somebody type strategy in the chat. Somebody type strategy. This is the information they don't want to teach us in school. They want to tell us how to dissect frogs. No, I want to dissect the credit report. Yeah, I want to dissect the bank. Yeah, I ain't trying like that other stuff. It don't apply with what I got going on in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. All right. So now let's keep rolling. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. So let's go back to our funding roadmap. All right. Let's go back to our funding roadmap. Oh man, now my laptop is spinning on me. All right, cool. Do y'all see my screen? Let me reshare. For some reason, now the laptop is acting funny on me. Oh. All right, there we go. So y'all can see this, right? All right, perfect. Let's keep rolling. All right. So now I'm gonna move past this. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. Let's move past that. Cool. So this is what we're gonna do actually. We're gonna now go and spin the block. We're gonna go back to those same credit unions that we applied for on the personal side, but now we're going to go back to them and apply on the business side. Because we built a great relationship with them and we got personal credit and we've been working with them, now we're going to go back on the business side and double up. So if we apply with each of these credit unions on the business side, and now they give us 20,000, do 20,000 times each of these, how much is that? Because now you're on the business side. Oh my goodness. Tell Monique no. 100,000. So let's add that up now. How much we got? How much we sitting on? Let's add it up. Where my mathematicians at? That should be what? 345,000, right? So we added it up. Cool, there we go. Now let's go hit the banks that pull TransUnion on the business side. If each of these banks give us another 20,000 on the business side, and this is all credit unions. I didn't get into the Chases. I didn't get into the BOAs, the Wells Fargos yet. That's another 100,000. We have 445, Monique, there we go. Now I'm gonna go hit the banks that pull Equifax on the same thing. Business side, if each of them give us 20,000 each, how much is that? How much is that? If each of them give us 20,000 each, we already up over 500,000 between personal and business. Y'all ready for this? That was just one LLC. So we could go and remove the inquiries again and go back with the second LLC and run the exact same play. Oh man. Yo, look. Where this is at? I gotta show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all something. When I find it, I'm gonna show y'all something real quick when I find it. I'll find it. Don't worry. I got y'all, right? But we go back after we remove the inquiries, and guess what? When you remove the inquiries on the business side, is not attached to your personal credit. So the accounts are not there because it's business accounts. So now you can get those removed easier. Then you go back and run it up again. Let's say this is not going to happen overnight. So let me put it in perspective as far as timeline. So your personal funding run probably go maybe 60 days, right? Then we're going to remove the inquiries, set up the LLCs, and go another 60 days. Go get the funding. Remove the inquiries, go back for LLC number 2, go another 60 days. So at that point, we at what? About 6 months in, but we already up over $1 million in funding. If you do this consistently, where will you be in 12 months, in 18 months? But this is what happened with most people. Once they get the money, they get trigger happy. Yeah, let me go invest here and let me go to the club here. And then when a car break down, let me put it on a credit card here because I'm gonna pay it back. Like, for me in the chat, if that's been you, let's just be real here. I know I've been there. Oh, let me pay it back right now because I got the card, but let me do this, but I'm gonna make the money back. Soon as we start messing up and making these wrong moves, we shoot ourselves in the foot and we're not able to go get the bigger bag. So we still gotta stay disciplined. We gotta keep the same approach that we had when we had nothing. All right. So that's what we're gonna do. How much? Let's get back to the math. Let's get back to the math. All right. So if we go and run this process and we go back with the third LLC in about another 60 days, and we apply and get another 100,000 and another 100, another, I said 300. Let's add it up. Where we at? I done lost count. I really done lost count. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I done lost count. We at 645,000. 800? Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. We at 845,000. Let's keep rolling. So now we got different people in different buckets, all right? So I'm gonna break this down for you this way. All right, so let's go back to this board. So we got different buckets, all right? Now you got some people that is, let's do it this way. So you got different buckets, right? So there's going to be, and you have to identify what bucket you're going to be in. All right. So we have the first bucket, which is somebody that has bad credit. Let's say you got bad credit, and that bad credit will be, let's say you got a 620 or below. all right, and you don't got no W-2s, right? You don't have no 1099s, right? But you may have a business that's bringing in a little bit of revenue. So you do have some revenue coming in, but you don't really have nothing filed, nothing documented, all right? So this is bucket one. For those of you that's in bucket one, I'm going to teach you what you should be doing, all right? It's called bank statement financing or fintech companies. So you got companies like Bluevine, Fundbox, Headway Capital. These are companies that approve you based upon the banking transactions that you show. So they don't pull your credit, right? They don't ask you for W-2s. What they're going to do is they're going to have you input your banking information through a platform called Plaid. And they're going to pull your banking transactions over a 90-day period. And if you have 10,000, 15,000 showing, going through, it doesn't mean they have to sit there. But if you can show the transactional history, you can go get the money. Now, this is where the next level strategy coming at. Remember that 45,000 that I told you about, that cash? Remember the 45,000 cash in a personal loan? So what we do is, I'm going to take the 45,000 cash that I got from the personal loans, right? The digital credit union, the figure lending, the lending tree, and I'm going to take 10,000 and put it in my bank account every single month for the next 3 months. Out of that cash, put 10 in there. Put another 10 in there. Put another 10 in there. Why am I doing that? Let me know in the chat. Why am I taking that cash that I got and I'm throwing it in my account? Oh, man. Oh, man. I don't think y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Thank you, Dr. Amanda. Absolutely. It's showing consistent income. Now, they're not asking for tax returns. They're not asking for 1099s and W-2s. All they asking for bank statements. So now you can take that cash or cash that you may already have, put it in your bank account, show the transaction history, go to Bluevine, go to Fundbox, go to Headway Capital, and they'll typically approve you for the money that you've been able to show them. So if you're able to show them 40,000 over a couple of months, they'll approve you for 40,000. Sometimes they'll approve you for double. But you could definitely bank on them. So you didn't leverage other people's money to go get more of other people's money. This is what I did, y'all. When I was working at Pepsi, this is what I did in my real life. I actually went online and I set up my direct deposit to go to my business account. So every time I got paid every Thursday, the money was deposited. I was a sales manager. I got paid every Thursday and my money went into my business account. And people were like, well, you're going to pay taxes twice. No, because my employer took the money out already. This is just the leftover. They done took the taxes out. They done did all that, healthcare, retirement, and whatever's left, they put inside this business account. The difference between me having to go into my personal and in my business instead, it showed consistent transaction history. And then I did that over a 6-month span, and I went to Fundbox, and they approved me for $45,000 without pulling my credit. I took that $45,000 and I used it as a down payment to buy a 6-unit apartment building. That 6-unit apartment building, I purchased it for about 120,000. I did like 30% down. And I now have that building that's worth $570,000. This was like 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And I did it exactly how I just told you. I leveraged my job to show statement or show transaction history of my business, to go get business financing, to go buy an investment property. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So there's multiple ways to get it done. Let's keep rolling. Some of you may be in a different bucket, right? So you may be in bucket number 2, right? So bucket number 2 is you essentially, right? Bucket number 2 may be you do have bad credit, right? and you still don't have, well, let's say you got bad credit, but you do have W-2s, right? You do have a 1099, all right? But you don't have no business revenue, So somebody put me in the chat if that's you. Like, are you somebody that don't have the best credit? And I'm saying like 620 or below. You got a job, but it's not enough really to like really get you out of the last place. And you don't have no business revenue come in. All right. Well, this is one of the strategies that I'm going to teach you. What we're going to do is called our backdoor funding method. Now, the backdoor funding method is lenders. These are what we call subprime lenders. So these are not your Wells Fargo, it's not your Chase, not your Bank of America. These are companies that lend to you strictly based upon you not having the best credit. So they do charge you higher rates. Right? That's just the name of the game. They're going to charge you higher interest. However, if you don't have the best credit, you got to pay to play. It is what it is. So you could go to these subprime lenders and you could actually go out there and apply. But what I do is this, right? So what I'll do is let's say we do SoFi, Lightstream, we do Best Egg, Upgrade, Upstart. Let's say we go to each of these lenders. Let's say we go to 5 lenders, right? If we go to 5 lenders and they each approve us for $10,000 each, how much is that? If we go to these 5 lenders and they each approve us for $10,000 each, how much is that? Where my mathematicians at, y'all? Where my mathematicians? Thank you, $50,000, all right? So this is what we're going to do now. We got to understand the strategy because somebody probably thinking, well, why would I go and get a personal loan and the interest rate going to be 22, 23%? I get it. That's extremely expensive debt. So what we want to do is we get the 50,000. The cool thing about it is when you apply with them, they're going to deposit the money into your bank account within 48 hours cash if you are approved. But the loan doesn't show up on your credit report till 30 days later. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? The loan doesn't show up on your credit report till 30 days later. So what you're going to do is take the 50,000 cash and you're going to go to Bank of America and apply for what is called a secured business line of credit. Secured business line of credit. What does that mean? Well, I'm going to say, hey, Bank of America, I don't have the best credit, but I would love to build a relationship with you. Here go $50,000, hold it as collateral, and now they're going to issue you a secured business line of credit. The reason why you want a line of credit is because it acts as cash. So you can literally log into your online banking and transfer the money off your business line of credit into your bank account as cash. You pull that money out as cash, and then you go to KeyBank and do the exact same thing. Exactly, Monique. I go to KeyBank, pull the 50,000 out and go and get a secure business line of credit. They're going to hold my 50 as collateral, but then issue me a secure business line of credit against it. I'm going to log into my online bank and pull that money out and transfer it over to my account as cash. I pull that money out. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to go to PNC Bank. Hey, I would love to build a relationship with you. I just don't have the best credit. I would like to get a secured business line of credit. You give them the same 50,000, they hold it as collateral, but then issue you a secured business line of credit. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I know I'm giving y'all a lot. So we're not taking no additional money. You're using the same money that you already have and just moving it around to build the relationships. And this is for somebody that don't have the best credit, like I shared earlier, to go out and get that type of funding. You may got to get a little creative. Somebody type creative in the chat. The biggest thing I want you to take away from this week is, how do I be creative enough to make it happen? We should not take no for an answer. How do I be creative enough to make it happen? So let's say I keep going. I hit M&T Bank, give them 50,000. They hold it as collateral, but issue me a secure business line of credit. I pull that money out. I go to Truist Bank, do the exact same thing. Give them 50,000. They hold it as collateral, but issue me a secure business line of credit. I'm gonna stop right there because I want to put this in perspective for y'all, right? If I stop right there at Truist, I go back to Bank of America, say, hey, Bank of America, it's great doing business with you. Let me look at Bank of America in the odds. It was great doing business with you, Bank of America. I'm gonna pay you off this $50,000. Well, what's gonna happen when I pay Bank of America off? Let me know in the chat. What happens when I pay Bank of America off? They turn my secured into unsecured and give me back my collateral. So I get back my original 50, but now I'm up 50 unsecured because I built the relationship with them. That's why it's about building relationships. Now I'm going to go to KeyBank with the money that I pulled out as collateral that I got back, and I'll pay off KeyBank now. Say, hey, it was great working with you. Here go to 50,000. They're gonna turn my secured to unsecured. I get back my collateral, but I'm up another 50,000. I go to PNC Bank, pay them off. They turn my secured to unsecured. I get back my collateral, but I'm up another 50,000. I go to M&T Bank, pay them off. They turn my secured to unsecured. I get back my collateral, but I'm up another 50,000. I go to Truist Bank, pay them off. They turn my secured to unsecured. I get back my collateral, but I'm up another 50,000. You're going to do this over a 3 to 6 month period because you got to take some time to build a relationship with them. So during the time that you are building a relationship with them, you just got to pay the little minimum payment on that 50,000. Pay the minimum payment every single month, and I teach you how to pay the minimum payment with the line of credit. It's a line of credit. It's revolving. So I could take $1,000 off to pay it off. Once I pay it off, my available credit comes up again, and then I could take it to go pay the next one off. It's too much. It's too much, right? So I'm doing this over a 3 to 6 month span to build the relationship. But we don't have excuses. We don't have money problems. We have a strategy problem. And after this week, you won't have a strategy problem. It's just about get it done and get it done. Some of you probably thinking, yo, Mogul, how did you figure this out? Who thinking that? Who like, how the hell this brother up here talking? What the hell? How? I'm gonna tell you how. Because I remember when I was like some of you on this call probably, where I was investing in real estate, I was investing in different things and my business, and the property's taking forever to be renovated. Contractors is playing games. I'm waiting for it to get sold. I'm spending money on ads. I'm waiting for it to come back. But while I'm doing that, investing in myself, I'm struggling with high credit card debt. I'm struggling to pay off this debt until I get my win. So I'm invested in a bunch of projects and I'm moving fast, but I'm like, damn, I'm cash poor right now. I'm equity rich, but I'm cash poor. So I had to figure it out. So I got to figure it out and figure it out mentality. That's the difference between me and anybody else. I don't allow problems to hold me back. I don't magnify the problems. I magnify the solutions. It's different. So then I'm saying, okay, I start Googling online, what are some loans I could get with high utilization? And that's how I found out about the subprime lenders. So then I got the loan from Upstart and I paid off my credit card debt, and my debt went down, my score went up, but I was still at zero, like cash. So I just took on more debt to pay the debt, and I felt good because my score went up, but I'm still at zero. And that's when I got into the strategy, secure business line of credit, moving it around to get in the game. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down. So what I want you to pick up from this lesson is not only that we don't have money problems, we have strategy problems, but we don't stick through a process long enough to be able to get the blessings that God has for us. The reason why we are not where we need to be because we didn't stay in it long enough. We gave up too early. And I said that's how 99% of the people fail, because they quit too early, all right? So let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. We're not going to take up too much time. I want to give y'all some more game. Can I give y'all some more? And I'm going to need about 10 more minutes extra. And I know we got Q&A, so I'm going to answer some questions, but I'm going to need about 10, 15 more minutes extra. Can I get that from y'all? I don't want to shortchange y'all. All right, cool. I don't want to shortchange y'all, right? So this is some next level game that I'm about to give y'all, right? And I gotta update this screenshot. I gotta update this because this is old, y'all. I literally gotta update this, right? So this right here is what we call a real estate line of credit. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever heard of this. Put a 2 in the chat if you never heard of this. This is a line of credit specifically to go buy real estate. Nothing else but real estate. 1 if you heard of it, 2 if you never heard of it. Oh man, I'm giving y'all some good stuff. Okay, I hope y'all ready for this. Look, so as you can see here, this is my company. This is the line of credit that I had. You know, I got way more now. This has been 2022-ish, 23-ish. When I took this screenshot, I gotta update this team. Remind me to update this, please. But what you do is there are lenders out there, and there's a lender in specific that I will connect you with. If you get with us at the highest level, we will be able to directly hand you off, because a lot of these banks don't offer these services to the public. You have to actually be one of their higher tier members. So this bank in particular, because I built great relationships with them and was making money with them and paying them back, they put me in a different tier that allowed me to get a real estate line of credit. Because they said, you buying too many properties, and I'm tired of you keep coming back, and every time it's time to buy a property, you got to put in new paperwork. You got to go and apply. We got to run your credit again. Look, here go damn near 3 million. Go do what you got to do. But I'm going to tell you how it happened, right? It's 3 main factors that they look at. One is called asset value and or cash value. So that's any liquid cash that you have available. So that's cash in your bank account, your savings, cash in your 401k, because that's considered liquid because you could pull out some of it. As far as, you know, you could pay penalties here, but you could get out some of it. Money in the stock market, that's considered liquid. And guess what else is considered liquid, y'all? Guess what else is considered liquid? I'll just tell y'all, because I get excited. Life insurance. Y'all heard me? Life insurance, right? And we're going to learn more about that tomorrow. Cash value life insurance. So let's go back. This is what I would do. Let me put this in perspective, y'all, because I'm getting so excited, because this is stuff that I literally do day in and day out, and it changed my life. And I really take pride in being a scientist when it comes to the money. I promise you, there's nobody out there that could tell you how to creatively get the money and structure it to go invest, because I'm the guy when it comes to that, right? So this is what we're going to do. Remember the 200,000 that we got? Y'all remember the 200,000 we got? And the 45,000, and we got way more than that now, but I'm gonna just use that as an example. It's what we do. We got 3 LLCs for multiple reasons, all right? You own all 3 LLCs. Now, y'all want y'all to like this, because you gotta do this the right way. And you gotta take this information and really be very, very careful with this, right? So I have LLC 1, that's a media production company. LLC 1 does photos and videos for my real estate services. So when I'm selling properties, selling businesses, I need to post it. I got a website. I got to market to owners. So I need to shoot content. I got a media company. That's one of my LLCs. I got my investing LLC, right? And I got another investing LLC. So guess what? All of those personal credit cards that I have, them credit unions, I am now going to send an invoice to my real estate company for media and marketing and photography services that I'm going to provide. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down, right? So I have a media company, and I'm going to invoice my other company and say, hey, I am charging you to build your website, to do your photos, to do all your marketing. I am going to now pay my other LLC with the credit cards that I was able to get. Now I'm able to pull the money off the credit cards like that. I own both companies. Whoa, here, whoa. Yeah, hold on. The Zoom about to break down. Hold on. But guess what? When I pull that money off, I'm gonna go put it into insurance. Because the first place you want to invest is in you. You want to protect yourself. So I'm gonna take that. Let's say I take 100,000 of it. I take 100,000 and I put it into insurance. And not just any insurance. I want to go get a cash value life insurance. And we're gonna talk more about that tomorrow. Oh man, y'all might think this stuff is too good to be. Who think this stuff is too good to be true? I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all I'm not a liar. I'll show y'all. Look. So check this out. Can I show y'all? So let me show y'all this, right? This is how it goes. Real time. And you could do this. You could have your own cash, or you could do what I just told you, because that's how I got started when I didn't have much. I had to build it up from scratch, right? So I don't want to hit nobody with no excuses. Oh, mogul, I figure it out. Figure it out. Pick a strategy, pick a way, and go get to it, all right? So let me show y'all this. So this right here is one of my policies. We got multiple, and we're gonna get into it, tomorrow more in detail, right? So this is one of my policies. As you can see, it has two components to it. You got death benefit and you got cash value. Death benefit is when I expire, right? My family is gonna get $2.7 million tax-free. Fastest way to pass down wealth. But I don't want you to just look at that. I want you to look at the $203,000. That's the cash value. So you take that 100,000 off those cards, throw it in here, and now it's gonna grow compounded interest in your sleep. This grows, you're talking about an average of 10% compounded interest just by having it in here and protected, tax-free. This is where you put your money. And then right here, I go to loans, right? Look, if I wanted to today, I could pull out 195,000 from this at only 4.76%. But what I do instead is go and get what is called a life equity line of credit. Not every bank offers this. That's why you got to be in the right rooms. Most of you may not even know. Who ever heard of M&M Bank? Put a 1 in the chat if you heard of it. Put a 2 if you have not. Yeah, this is how the wealthy still, exactly. So I go to M&M Bank, right? And I say, hey, M&M Bank, I got 200,000 in my cash value life insurance policy. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna give me a liquidity line of credit while maintaining full policy benefits. Do you see that? So they give me a line of credit for 200,000 against my cash value while my 200 is still growing in that policy, protected. They don't pull my credit because it's not about credit. It's about the fact that I have cash value. So now I done made my money work for me multiple times. I went and got the credit cards. I pulled the money off, threw it in insurance. It's growing in insurance, and went to another bank and got a line of credit against it. Oh man. Let's get back to the presentation, right? I hope y'all with me, all right? So look. That 200,000 is considered cash value. So when I pull out when I go and get a line of credit against it, you see it don't show that I got a loan because I'm not borrowing from the policy. It doesn't show I have a loan because I don't have a loan. I got a line of credit from a separate entity, and I just use the cash value as collateral, which means if in the event that I don't pay it back, that 2.7 million is just going to be 2.5 to my family. All right, cool. Yeah, listen, great. Look, you got 2.5. You're still good. You're fine. You'll be all right. You know, and that's just one policy. We got multiple, right? But guess what? When I go and I apply for a line of credit, and this is well over 10 million now. I got to update, like I said, but they're going to ask you for your available cash or your asset value. So your equity in your home, your 401ks, your stocks, and your insurance. So when I pull a statement of my cash value, it shows all the money that's there. It don't show that I have a line of credit against it. It shows available 200,000. Guess what? That goes towards my qualification for this real estate line of credit. And guess what, y'all? The real estate line of credit, they will approve you for 4 times the cash value that you can show. 4 times the asset value that you can show. So between your insurance, between your cash, between your home, between the stocks, or whatever you got going on that's considered cash or asset value, you combine all of that and you can get up to 4 times whatever that number is in a real estate line of credit. Well, what business is considered real estate, y'all? What business have I been preaching and talking about that's considered real estate? Oh, y'all picking up what I'm putting down. You are picking up what I am putting down. I love it. So now you got a real estate line of credit. The other 2 components are going to base upon your experience and your credit score. Now, this is not going to dictate the amount you get approved for. This is now going to dictate your interest rate. So the higher your credit score, the better your interest rate. The more experience, the better your interest rate. Now, this is where we got to be strategic, right? So some of us may be like, all right, look, this is what I did in real time, right? But some of us may be like, okay, we got Dr. Gwen, right? Dr. Gwen, you have cash in your account, you got some insurance, you got some 401k, but you necessarily don't have the experience. So what you're going to do is get with CEO Anita, because Anita got the experience, but she don't have all the cash because it's tied up in other investments, but she know what she's doing because she got it on her resume. And then you're going to get with CEO Caron and be like, yo, look, bro, you don't have the experience or the cash, but you got some good credit. You've been working on that credit score, bro. So now you set up an operating agreement with people that you trust, put them on this operating agreement, and each person to play their role. Caron, the credit guy, Anita is the experienced sponsor. You're going to be the cash person, and you put that together to go get approved for the real estate line of credit. You got 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. This is how wealthy play at the highest level. I was at a mastermind 5 years ago. And this is what changed everything for me, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all, I was at a mastermind 5 years ago. I was the only black person in the room. I'm just keeping it 1,000. The youngest and only black person in the room. I was the little guy. I was making the least amount of money. The least. And the guy on the stage, he said, look, I make $10,000 a day in interest on my money. Interest, not principal. He makes $10,000 a day in interest. I said, God damn it, how? He said, look, I'm in the money business. You guys are in the real estate business and this business. I'm in the money business. And I'm going to tell you how I did it. He said, I got with 10 friends that had $1 million each. When he said that, I said, God damn it, I gotta get some new friends. That was the first thing I was like, yeah, all right, I get some new friends. Right? He said, look, I had 10 friends that had $1 million. We took 10 million and we put it into insurance, life insurance. And self-storage is one of the businesses that you can lend to as a lender with your life insurance. He didn't want to be in the self-storage business, but he knows it's a business model that is recession-proof, 92% success rate. So he found a way to take 10 million, put it in insurance, is getting the compounded interest growth just being in the vehicle. Then he lends out to go buy self-storage and charge 10, 11, 12% on that. So now you're talking about 12% and 10% on the insurance. He making 22, 23% on 10 million. And he not doing no work. Cutting his people checks every single day. Telling me I got to go. This is too much for me. I said the same thing. At that point, I had to reevaluate my life. But I said, no, matter of fact, My mission is go out is to teach this information, train, and develop other leaders that could get to that same level like me so we can go and do it. So I can say, look, we got 10 friends that got $1 million and we gonna do it. That's why we doing this. That's exactly why that's why I get up here and I'm passionate about it, because I'm like, look, if they could do it, I know I could do it. I'm no different. I know I could do it. God bless all of us. That's just a fact. But we got to be disciplined enough and we got to believe in ourselves enough. Y'all with me so far? All right, let's keep going. I'm not done yet. I got a little bit more for y'all, right? I got a little bit more for y'all. All right. So what I want to get into is this, all right? What I want to get into is SBA lending. All right. So you got different types of financing. Man, I'm giving y'all. I got like 3 more minutes, and we're going to shift gears and go into Q&A. All right, we're going to shift gears and go to Q&A. All right. So you got conventional financing, which is a traditional bank. I like to go with local banks because they are more friendly and aggressive to get your business. You have Point Oak, which is one of the banks that I like to work with when it comes to buying small businesses or small commercial real estate. You have to come to the table like 20% down. In this climate, 35% down. The conventional loans, like I said, you typically anywhere from 20 to 35%, and they do 3 to 5 year terms typically. Some cases you might get a 20, 25, but in most cases it's 3 to 5 year. Now I'm gonna give y'all some game. This is what we do inside the boardroom, right? We want to look for business owners that own businesses that took out loans back in the pandemic when it was 2% interest rate, 3% interest rate. Why? Because those loans are maturing. They're coming due now. Because what happens when you buy commercial real estate and get commercial loans, like I said, it's a 3 to 5 year term. So you'll be at 2% for 5 years, but after the 5 years, you got to refinance or sell. Well, those owners who purchased these businesses 3 years ago, 4 years, 5 years ago, now they got to restructure their debt. And when they refinance at an 8%, they like, damn, I was paying 2. That's a big difference in my mortgage. My mortgage then went from $7,000 to $11,000. I can't afford that. Well, you know what they got to do? Sell to people like us. That's what we target. That's what we do. So we could show you how to filter online on different platforms, and you could find out all of the loans that's due and when they were actually taken out and when they're maturing. And then you go and skip trace, get that information and go target those people. Whoo! Let's keep rolling. Let's talk about Live Oak Bank, which is the #1 self-storage lender out in the country. If you want to buy self-storage, Live Oak is the place, and they do SBA funding, all right? Now, with SBA, you only need a minimum of 650 credit score or higher. That's very generous. They will give you up to 10%, and they'll do a 25-year term. That's unheard of. When it comes to commercial financing, like I said earlier, it's typically 3 to 5 years. SBA gives you 25 years. And they'll give you anywhere from $500,000 to $5 million. Now, if we put together everything that I shared with you today, and I tell you, let's go buy a $5 million business, are you going to say, Mogul, I don't know how to go get the money? I don't know what I'm going to do? Yeah, I bet it. Look, we're going to fight. If you say that to me, I'm going to say, step outside. Respectfully step outside. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not the conversation that we want to have. We want to say, okay, how? How? Is it grant funding? Is it the real estate line of credit? Is it the business credit cards? Is it the backdoor funding method? Is it my stocks? Do I get some money out of my home? Do I find a partner? It's multiple ways to get it done. And then you have the 504 loan, which goes up to 15 million. I gotta actually update that. This goes up to 15 million. And this is for when you are a little more experienced as a self-storage investor. You got to come to the table with like 15% down, but it's the 504 and it goes up to 15 million. All right. You could also do seller financing. Seller financing is when the owner of the business holds the note. Some of us probably thinking, why would a seller be the bank for me? Don't make sense. Well, I'm going to tell you why. So let's say you, CEO Marcia, right? CEO Marcia owns this self-storage business for the last 30 years. Been making a bunch of money. But if you decide to sell to CEO Tanja today, you're going to have to pay capital gains tax, 30, 40%. If you sell your business for $1 million, do you want to give Uncle Sam 300,000? Absolutely not. You damn near like work for free for about 10 years. So instead, CEO Marcia would go, look, I'll become the bank. And Tanja, you are going to pay CEO Marcia a note every single month, interest only. So now CEO Marcia is getting paid interest on her money while she figures out her tax plan. And if you do that for 5, 7, 10 years, you lower your tax bracket because you're no longer a business owner. And guess what? You don't even own it anymore. So now you're going to save yourself $200,000 in taxes, plus you done made another $100,000 in interest payments. And 80% of the businesses that sold is really through seller financing, believe it or not. People just not coming out cash, just buying businesses. No, even when the big companies sell, they say they sold for 100 million. That's what they put on the headlines, but they're financing it. They're doing seller financing, earnouts, performance based. Oh man. Let's bring it to a pause right there. Did I give y'all some game today? Was today about capital mastery or what? And it's so much more. It's so much more that I want to get into, but I already went over about 15 minutes and I gave the 15 minutes. I know we took up some time when we did the raffle. So what we're about to do right now is shift gears into our Q&A, all right? So the way Q&A works is first come, first serve. So what you want to do is raise your virtual hand and then we're going to get to you. Now, look, in order to make this as seamless and effective as possible, I need you to raise your virtual hand and say, my name is such and such, and my question is such and such. I would love to hear the backstory, but not today. You know why? Because there's a lot of us, and we want to get to as many people as possible. So I would love to build and break down the backstory, but in the respect of everyone here that want to be able to ask a question, can we agree to that? And look, if you're on YouTube right now, you're general admission. We about to shut down the live on general admission on YouTube, and we're gonna focus strictly on VIP and Diamond that get this experience right now. So if you want to upgrade, you can click the link inside the comments and you can upgrade. Come on over to the VIP in the Diamond. Matter of fact, what I want to do is this. Before we get to the questions, I want to unmute y'all and I want y'all to make some noise for the people over there on the general admission can be like, I need to join the party. I need to figure out how I get in that room over there, all right? So I'm going to unmute y'all, and if y'all felt like this is valuable and y'all ready for Q&A, I need y'all to make some noise. Let's go.
Come on over.
Go.
We are ready to go.
Party, come on over here.
Ready, go.
Here we go.
Good.
Ready to go.
Gotta
Let's
get it.
go. Go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's
Yo,
go. Let's
yo,
go. Let's
yo,
go.
Let's go.
All right, there we go, y'all. All right, perfect. So first up, we have who we got, team? CEO Marnice.
Hello, my name is Marnice. My question